Hello, everyone. Once again, let's quickly get started with our ML, which is machine learning. So today we have come across with a very important and fundamentals class in which we are going to focus upon how you are going to do hands-on practice. So in the previous class, we have learned and we have created our own data set, right? So the model which we are creating, that is income prediction for the individual who is not in the system, and we are creating a machine learning model which is going to provide us the salary interpretation based on the years of experience and the salary that person was getting previously. So let's quickly understand how we are going to calculate and what are the libraries which we will be using in this. So let's quickly get jump into it. So in today's session, we are going to understand in machine learning what are pandas, what is the role of pandas. You must have learned about pandas, NumPy, right? So think of pandas as the Excel of Python, right? And when we talk about Matplotlib, Matplotlib is a Python library used for creating static, animated, and interactive visualizations in Python. It is one of the most widely used and fundamental plotting libraries in Python data science ecosystem. So when we talk about Matplotlib, it is going to provide you the visualization how you are going to dignify the patterns of it. Because when we are going to talk about the patterns or machine learning, we needed to see whether it has any pattern, is it showing anything or not. That you can do by using Matplotlib PyPlot library. When we talk about Seaborn, Seaborn is a Python data visualization library which is based on Matplotlib that provides a high level of interface for creating attractive and informative statistical graphs. Let's understand what are the key features of Seaborn, because in today's session, the model which we are creating, we will be using Seaborn first to visualize to see whether there is any pattern or not. So the key features of Seaborn is, the first one is it creates beautiful default styles, which comes with improved aesthetic and Matplotlib, right? So we have here built-in themes, which is easy to apply, color palettes we have, and themes for our charts. We do have statistical plots, which supports complex visualizations like heat maps, and we have overlapped maps, violent plots, box plots, pair plots, and regression plots, which you will be learning when we are going to create further models. In today's session, we are basically focusing upon on a very initial part as a beginner, how we have started by creating our own data set, as well as how we are going to get started with differencing. The fourth part of this Seaborn library is data frame supports. It works natively with Pandas data frame, and that's why at first Excel of Python Pandas I have introduced among all of you. The fifth part is automated aggregation. Automated aggregation means automatically computes and plots summary statistics. So this is what it creates for us. Let's quickly jump into how you are going to get started with it. I hope you remember the data set which we created in the previous class. Let's quickly open that for all of you. So I'm going to quickly open that, and I'm going to show you how it is going to show that in front of you. So let me quickly open and share that with you. All right, everyone. So here is, as you can see, here is the data which we created in the previous class. So what am I going to do here? I have written experience, which I have corrected as years of experience, and salary. So as you can see, this data is relatively a less data, but as we are starting, so we are going to conclude that. So 3 points you are going to conclude from here. The first thing that it has a pattern, right? One. So when the years of experience is increasing, therefore the salary is also increasing. So this is also one of the factors which you are going to conclude. As 4 factors, which I already have shared among all of you, which is going to impact your machine learning model. The first one is abundance of data. As of now, we are going to work with this data set, so you can conclude it. The second is as the data you have created, so there are no null values because you have created it by yourself, and it has a pattern also as the number of years are increasing. Therefore, the salary is also increasing, right? So this is what we can conclude. So we are going to take the data, how you are going to save it. So you are going to go to the file. You are going to save it as, you are going to just click on this drop down and you are going to save it as CSV, which is comma delimited and .csv. So you are going to save it wherever you feel like it is an appropriate place where you can pick and drop. So I would suggest that please to create a folder on your desktop, name it as machine learning, and create all the things related to this project over there. So once you are done with that, what you are going to do, I'm going to take you to your Visual Studio Code. You have to first download Python, which is Python 3.11. So as I have already installed and I have opened it in front of you. If you want, you can download Visual Studio Code from here as well. Once you have downloaded both, what you are going to do, you are going to open your command prompt like this, and you are going to install some libraries like I have already shared. First of all, you are going to install pip install pandas. I have already installed it. So if you are very new to it and you have not downloaded or installed it, so you are going to pip install pandas in your command prompt. The moment you are going to enter, you can see that it's already a new release is of pip is already there. So I have already installed this. It's already satisfied. The second one which you are going to do, pip install Seaborn. Once you are done with that, it is already there with me. And the last one which you are going to do, that is Notlib and done. So these are 3 libraries which you are going to install before you jump onto Visual Studio Code. So now let's quickly move to our Visual Studio Code. The moment you have downloaded it, it is going to show something like this. You have to open it. The moment you are going to open, as I have already created this folder, you are going to connect the folder and you are going to create a file by naming it at .py. Why .py? Because you are going to run the interpreter as Python interpreter over here. So once you are done with that, what you are going to do, I'm going to write each and every command for all of you once again, so that you'll understand it step by step. So let's quickly do that. Right, everyone, let's quickly write our first code to create our machine learning model. So the first one which you are going to write, you are going to import these libraries. So for that, you are going to give it a command like import pandas as pt. The moment you are going to enter it, if you have already installed all of this, you won't find any error in it. The second one which you are going to do, that is import Seaborn as SNS. And the third one is import matplotlib.pyplot as PLT. The moment you are going to enter all of this, make sure that there is no debug, or you can say there is no bug in it. If there is, you can find out that in debug console. So that is what you needed to see first. All right. Once you are done with that, the next part which you are going to do, you are going to visualize the data. So you are going to use Pandas data frame. So you are going to write df is equals to, which is data frame, pd.read CSV. The CSV which we have created, the data set which we have created, that is what we are going to read. So for that, I'm going to put R and I'm going to get started. Now I'm going to take the path, file path. So for that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to the folder where I have created. First of all, let me just quickly save it. Go back and save this. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to go over here. And here I have saved. I'm going to right click, copy as path, and I'm going to go back. Over here, I'm going to paste it. Make sure that these double quotes you are going to take off from here, because I have already put that in single quotes. So once you are done with that, you are now going to use Seaborn. So for that, you are going to create a static graph. Because we have only two columns over here. One is years of experience and salary. So you can create a single line static graph over here. So for that, you are going to write SNS dot joint plot. And you are going to now call the data and data source over here. Data and data from where you are going to put df, the data frame which we have set over here. And there the value you are going to take is equals to x is equals to. Now here you need to make sure that you are going to take the data from here and there should be no error. The name, if there are capital letters, you are going to count capital letters. If there are, because this is case sensitive. And y is equals to salary. So you are going to go over here. As you can see that S is capital. So you are going to consider that only. And you are going to put like this. Once you are done with that, what you are going to do now, plt dot show and go. Now this is first part which we are doing, that is we are visualizing the data to find patterns in it. So let's see, let's run and see how it looks like. Does it show any pattern or not? Now can you see this is the graph, static graph which it has provided me, and you can see that it's a linear because I have provided a superficial data which I created, right? And you can see a straight line, right? If I'm going to make changes in the data, let me quickly make changes in the data and I'm going to show you. For this, I'm making 38,000. Over here, I'm making 60,000 and some more I'm making 20,000. So likewise, or let's create this as 18,000. And I'm going to increase also somewhere. Let's make it 55,000. Yeah. Now, this is what I'm going to save. Now, let's see if our graph changes accordingly. Now, I'm going to run again. Let's see if it creates changes in that. I'm going to run this again. First of all, I'm going to make sure that this graph is going to be closed. Now it is going to be. Now, can you see that these are some numbers which I have taken here and there. Now you can see some discrepancy in the data. However, this kind of discrepancy is tolerable, right? But ultimately you will be able to see a pattern. And over here in the gap, you can see that in between 4 to 7, there are like approximately during 6 or 5, less number of candidates were being taken, right? So this is also one of the assumption which you can take from this particular visualization. And mota you can take that the visualizations are as such that there is like linear graph a line which is y is equals to mx plus c, which you can see clearly that it has, if the number of years or experience are increasing, the salary is increasing. I hope this part is clear. All right, everyone. So till now, we have seen how you are going to prepare your data, how you are going to fetch the data, how you are going to utilize pandas, as well as how you are going to utilize Seaborn to visualize the pattern. So let's quickly give certain points to it. Okay. So point number one, which you are going to do, first of all, you are going to import. So I'm going to just make a heading over here so that you all will understand. So I'm going to just make a heading. I hope my screen is clear among all of you. Import libraries, right? Here you are going to read the data or you are going to fetch data. Fetch or read the data. And this is, you are going to visualize the pattern. Why I am writing all these steps? Because in upcoming classes, these steps are going to be common. Only the mathematicalization, what regression, what manipulations or classifications you are putting in, that is going to be changed. Rest, all things are going to be same. Now I am going to introduce one very important part among all of you, and that is called scikit-learn, which is one of the machine learning libraries with which you are going to create your module. You are going to split the data into test and train. All right. So for that, what you are going to do, you are going to open your command prompt like this, and you are going to write pip install SCIKIT/LEAR and learn. The moment you are going to put it, yes, install. Okay, I have written only install. So SCIKITLEE and scikit-learn. The moment you are going to put that thing, it is going to automatically collect all the things which you are going to get in scikit-learn. I have already done that before, so that's why this is what you will be doing if you are like you are just starting with scikit-learn library for machine learning models. Once you have done that, what you are going to do, you are going to import over here. For that, what you needed to do, you are going to write import. Once you have installed scikit-learn, now you are going to import. So how you are going to import? So for that, import is going to be little different. So you are going to write from sklearn. Sklearn is short form of scikit-learn. Okay, dot model selection, because now we are selecting a model, and where you are going to import what model? Import train test split, because with the help of sklearn we are going to split and test the data. And how you are going to do that? So first we have import the data, we have seen, we have fetched the data, we have visualized it, we have seen it. Now you are going to split the data. For that, first of all, you are going to create two variables, X and Y. So let me just quickly make this as heading. Split data into test and train. All right. Now I'm going to create two variables. X is going to be my input. So that is what I'm going to keep as X is equals to data frame DF. And inside this data frame, I'm going to take two categories. That is going to be my years of experience, which I'm going to take from here, which is this. I'm going to take copy, go over here, and I'm going to paste. That is my years of experience. And I'm going to take Y. Y is going to be salary, DF, sorry, DF, and that is salary. Salary. So these two I have created. Now the next word which I am going to take, that is going to be, I am going to prepare the data for test entry. Or I'm going to give data for training and testing. So for that, what I'm going to write, capital X, train, and X, test. So now, why I'm taking this? Because I am considering both. I am considering input for the testing and training both. All right. Similarly, I am going to take Y also. Y, train, and Y, test. Now, how these two variables are going to be? So what I'm going to do, that is train, test, split. You take this, and with it inside, I'm going to put, that is arrays X, Y. So whatever in my X and Y, I am going to test size. Now I'm going to define what is going to be the test size. Because see, you are going to consider it as a machine who doesn't know how much test it is going to take. All right, it may consider the entire part for testing. What you needed to do, you needed to make it understand in a way that you are going to provide the test size to it, the test size which says whether you want to test it on 20% of the data or 50% of the data, how much testing you wanted to give it. So 0.2 means I am going to give it 20%. All right. Once I have given that, what I'm going to do, here it shows error. I'm going to take this off. I'm not going to consider it as array, just take this only. All right. Now, what am I going to do? I'm going to print it. Print what? I'm going to print X test is, so this is what my X is going to be printed. Print X test. Okay. So this is what I'm going to print. And similarly, I'm going to print Y test. All right. And before that, I'm going to just copy this, Control C, put Control V over here and change this to Y test. All right. Now I'm going to make sure that this particular part I'm going to consider as hash. Okay, Control Z. I'm going to put this as hash Y, because otherwise this is going to be considered as, it is going to run this value. Okay. Hash this also, pyfloat also. Otherwise, it is going to just create that. Okay, now I'm going to run and let's see how it is going to show me the values. So it is going to show the values and let me see the output. Over here, it is going to show me the output. However, it is going to take some time because scikit-learn, when you are importing, it is showing me some, okay, salary prediction CSV. No, I don't need this. So I'm going to go back. Sometimes it shows this kind of error. You can avoid that error. Okay, so I have years of experience, salary. Okay, everything is fine. Now I'm going to run it. Okay, now can you see? So these are the values which is being taken for X test as well as Y test. All right. So till now we have seen that the testing and training is already done. How many numbers have been taken? Now you needed to see one thing, that every time you are going to run, these values are going to be changing. So I'm going to run it again. Now see, every time you are going to run, the values are going to be changing. 0, 3, 24, 15, and respectfully 0, 3, 24, 15. You will get the years. Along with the years, you will get the salary. All right. And every time it will be changing. Every time it is taking random values to test upon. Now, I want it to be fixed. All right. So for that, what you are going to do, for that, you are going to introduce random state. And how you are going to use the random state? You are going to use random state over here. Random state. And random state, either you put 0 or you put 1, 2, 3, 4, it doesn't matter. So when you are going to put that and then you are going to run, now your values are not going to be changed. It's 22, 6.8. Similarly, it's 22, 6.8. If I'm going to run again, you will see it is going to give you the same values, 22. And over here at the top, it's same. 6.8. Now you have stabilized your data from taking the random values. So this is what this random state does, this command does. Now in today's session, what we have seen how you are going to split the data in test and train. And these are all steps which are going to be included in almost all the models. So this class was really, really important in terms of understanding what are the steps of creating a machine learning model and how you are going to create your own assumption and visualize the data. These are all steps and these are the libraries which you will be importing. I hope you all are ready with all your libraries in, with whether we talk about Pandas, Seaborn, Matplotlib or scikit-learn. With scikit-learn, we are going to furthermore, we are going to enhance it and we are going to predict it. As of now, we have not run any prediction. So prediction we will be doing in the next class. So till now, let me just quickly recap what we have learned in today's class, what we have done. Today's class was completely hands-on session in which we have taken the data set which we created in the previous class. We have read the data by using Pandas library. With the help of Seaborn from Matplotlib, we have created a static graph of it in which we have visualized the pattern where when the years of experience are increasing, the salary is also increasing. Based on that, we have imported scikit-learn in which we have import, train and test split data. And we have split the data with 20% because our data is already very low, right? Only 40 rows we had, right? In that, if we are going to take out 20%, right? We are left with very less. With training on that particular data, it is going to give less accuracy. However, our data is correct. That's why we are able to run this analysis. In actual, when you are going to work in industry, you are going to get a data in abundance, right? With which you can run your own analysis. You can do multiple things. So with that, I am going to keep this session till here. Otherwise, it will be a lot more to grasp. So stay tuned with me and thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful day.